Chances are you've gotten a robocall at one point or another, right? They seem to happen to just about everybody, from your grandma who uses a landline to the guy who gets a new smartphone every other year. Everyone seems to get them. According to a company that blocks robocalls, there are around 48 billion of them, made in the United States last year. And now some lawmakers are trying to put a stop to them. Jackie Heinrich reporting. She's live in New York City. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Shep. Yeah, legislators tried to tackle this in the past. You might remember the do not call list from 2003. Well, the data shows it didn't have much of an impact, but this law would put robocallers in jail. The Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Deterrence Act, or TRACED Act, promises criminal punishment for the first time. Right now, violators only pay a civil fine, and the data shows it's just not a deterrent. According to UMail, a company that provided data for a recent FCC report, robocalls increased by 60% last year. And another company, First Orion, says that this year is going to be worse. They predict nearly half of all calls in 2019 will be scams, and 90% of the time it'll look like a familiar number, something that's known as spoofing. Legislators want more serious punishment.
Paying the fines is basically a cost of doing business. I mean, they built it into their business plan, their business model, and I think the only way you're going to get their attention, one, is to make these penalties really hurt.
Robocalls are now the #1 complaint to the FCC, and the bill targets people like Adrian Abramovich. He's a Miami man that federal regulators say made 97 million robocalls in just 3 months in 2016. He got the biggest ever FCC fine, but he didn't face any jail time, even though his calls overwhelmed an emergency medical paging service. He said that open source software lets people like him make thousands of calls with just one click, and this bill would address that. Shep?
All right, Jackie, thanks.